Welcome to episode 22 of Who Gives a Dram. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who Gives a Dram. Thanks for tuning in. I am your host Connor, and we're 22 episodes into the show, so whoever would have thought, 22 episodes of reviewing whiskey and not knowing what the hell I'm talking about. So before I go on, quickly follow my Instagram at Who Gives a Dram, Twitter at Who Gives a Dram, Facebook Who Gives a Dram, TikTok Who Gives a Dram, which I wanna talk about here in a minute. Follow my TikTok as well. And shout out to Snoot Glass. I got him here. Visit snootglass.com and enter the promo code WGAD20 for 20% off your entire order. And go check out the GrapeVine Media. This podcast is brought to you by the GrapeVine Media, www.thegrapevinemedia.com. And shout out Matt. Happy birthday, Matt. It was his birthday, I think, yesterday. Good buddy of mine. But to get into the show, man, this is gonna be a tough one for me. I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. It's like 8:35 here, and the day I'm recording it, and I'm tired. My bedtime alarm's gonna go off in 15 minutes. My bedtime alarm goes off at 9 o'clock every night, so my phone automatically goes on Do Not Disturb. And I got to make sure that I'm I'm getting my sleep. I'm getting my beauty sleep. So I actually had to write show notes today. I got them right here. There's not that many, but I had to write show notes because I am afraid that I'm gonna either go way off topic because I'm so tired, or I'm just not gonna know what to talk about. So got some notes today. I don't have any notes. I don't have any tasting notes. I don't have any of that stuff, so I'm not cheating. But I got some things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to say before I get into the whiskey, well, first let me introduce the whiskey. I post on Instagram, so you should know what I'm drinking already. Today we are drinking Booker's. What's gonna be a limited release barrel proof bourbon. This is batch 2020-01 Granny's Batch. Now, I guess I'll go in a bit more to Booker's once I actually start talking about the whiskey. I haven't had this. I was gifted this bottle by my buddy Adam, and I haven't had this since the night he gave me this bottle. We each had a tiny tasting. I don't remember shit about it, so I'm excited to review it. It looks like we're probably going to be killing the bottle here, if you can kind of see it there on the show, on the YouTube podcast. So that should be interesting. I'm pouring whatever is left in the bottle into my Snoot Glass, which you can go to snootglass.com and get 20% off your order if you enter the promo code WGAD20. So selfish. Always plugging my stuff. The first thing I want to talk about before I get into my whiskey is I'm fat, all right? I am so out of shape. I started getting back into my lifting routine. I was heavy into powerlifting at around this point last year. I was in great shape. I was all Jack City. I was the strongest one out of my cousins, and I hope Seth or Ryan listen to this. All my cousins are very competitive powerlifters, and I joined them, and I became the strongest. But we did it for a very long time. Well, not very long time. We probably did it consistently for about 6 months, and felt great. And then COVID kind of hit. We did a powerlifting meet, a mock powerlifting meet, like right at the beginning of COVID. And since then, with things going on in life, it kind of just fell off of my plate. So it is what it is. But I've been wanting to get back into it for a while. And of course, I've noticed that your boy's getting a little chunky. that tends to happen when you don't work out. But I did not realize how freaking out of shape I am. God damn. I was just doing deadlifts tonight, and I was so winded. Doing my deadlifts down at Carroll Barbell Club. Shout out to Ben Carroll. Go check out Carroll Barbell Club on Instagram. He's the realest powerlifting gym in the area. Good, and a good friend of mine. And a whiskey drinker as well. So maybe we should have him on the podcast. But yeah, doing deadlifts, just 3 sets of 10 easy at 225 pounds, and I was dying. I did some bent over rows after, lightweight, and I couldn't do any more. I did some quick triceps. I hit the heavy bag a bit, and I was done. I've been done. So that's why I'm so tired today. And my job involves me just sitting down at the desk all day, and which I like. I like my job a lot. But it doesn't do much for being physically fit, so I gotta step up my game there. But I'm gonna be Jack City again here, and I don't really care about having a beach body anymore. I think that's a young man's game. I'm not a young man. I'm 24. I'm old. So I'm more. I want like a big chest, big shoulders, big traps, big arms, big forearms, and calloused hands. That's all I really care. And big legs. I want to be thick. And I am thick by nature, which is a good thing. But I got a little tummy on me. So, my brother makes fun of me every single time he sees me for having a tummy. But I like my tummy. If I should name this episode, I like my tummy. Booker's Granny Batch. And in quotations, I like my tummy. Yeah, but I mentioned TikTok. So I want to talk about TikTok because I'm pretty sure, I don't know what it is. I think I've mastered TikTok. And I say that not because I have an extravagant amount of followers, not because I'm super, super popular and making money off TikTok. It's just that, so I have I probably have 30 followers. 20, high 20s, low 30s, somewhere around there. Every time I post a TikTok, except for once or twice, but most of the times I post a TikTok, it's literally just a clip of my podcast, usually the same one that I post on Instagram. And I get hundreds of views on it. And a lot of times I get upwards of 50 or 60 likes. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm hip, if I'm still considered hip, even though I'm an old 24-year-old. Or if just a lot of people on TikTok like whiskey. But I feel like I'm super popular on there, even though I don't have the followers. I'm getting 600, 700, 800 views on TikTok sometimes. So if you follow my TikTok, who gives a dram? Or don't. I mean, I don't really post it on there too much, but I enjoy TikTok. TikTok is one of those I wasn't gonna talk about TikTok this much, but TikTok is it's so stupid. Vine was innovative in the fact that it was the first strictly video social media platform, I think, besides YouTube and stuff like that. It was strictly 6 seconds Vines. A lot of people got famous off that. A lot of people made money off that. As Logan Paul was, I think, first came on the scene on Vine, and he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. So I mean, that should say enough. And TikTok's the same way. There's these huge TikTok stars, but it's so stupid. There's people just dancing and shaking their rumps. But at the same time, some of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life have happened on TikTok. I remember the day I decided to join TikTok to promote my podcast, because I was thinking, why am I not on TikTok? It's just stupid. It's free, and even if it gets me 1 listener or 2 listeners, that's still 1 or 2 listeners that I wouldn't have had if I didn't join TikTok. And I think I've gotten a healthy amount of listeners from TikTok, so I'm always going to be thankful for that. But, I mean, of course, I'm going to peruse through the app once I'm bored, because it's TikTok and it's videos and it's mindless and it's dumb. And you're going to see one of 2 things. You're going to see a video that's going to you're either going to see chicks dancing, or you're going to see the funniest video of all time. It's no in between in TikTok. You're going to see the funniest video of all time, or you're going to see a chick shaking her rump and thinking that she's a professional dancer when she's not. That's all you get from TikTok. And I don't want to talk about TikTok anymore. So, yeah, I think I broke the TikTok algorithm because I think I'm famous on there. But anyways, let's get into this whiskey because I need whiskey, and it's been a long day. It was a long day. So, like I said, we're doing Granny's Batch Booker's Bourbon today. Booker's Bourbon, they have, I think they typically release 3 batches a year. Barrel strength, this is 63.2%. Is that what I wrote down? Yep. 126 proof, this batch. I like this batch. Starting off before anything, I like this batch because it's called Granny's Batch, and I love my Nana. The picture is on the tag. I'm gonna try to hold it up as close as I can to the video. The picture is a what looks like, actually it's not what it looks like. I was gonna make a joke, but I read that it's a nut cake. I don't know how it could look like a nut cake, but I was trying to make a joke out of that. I'm tired, man. My mind's going a million miles an hour. But I like that they're dedicating a batch of this bourbon that's very highly rated, that's universally enjoyed to the grandmas out there, because like I said, I love my Nana more than anything in the world, so I am totally down for that. A little bit about Booker's, a little bit more about Booker's. Like I said, three batches a year they come out with. This was the first one last year. There was also, I forgot the second one off the top of my head. Do I have it up without pulling up tasting notes? I should have been prepared. Totally not prepared, even though I literally wrote show notes. Boston Batch. That was the middle one, and then there was the pigskin batch. Yeah, pigskin batch. That was like around football time. Makes sense. So this was the first one in 2020, and going into how I got this bottle. I got this bottle for free. This exact bottle. And it came with this much in it. I had purchased, I want to say it was either a Granny's Batch or a pigskin batch for my buddy Adam. And in return, he picked me up we traded for a Elijah Craig barrel proof. He gave me the C920, which is known for, that's one of my favorite bourbons. I had it for the first time with a cigar at my local cigar shop, and I was blown away. So I really wanted it. Couldn't find it. He had it. I had a Booker's whatever batch I gave him. I think it actually might have been. Actually, no. I think it was the Granny's batch because he enjoys a certain note in the Granny's batch that I'll get into once I start my tasting. So we traded. And the tasting's going on. We're at a buddy's house. We have so much whiskey, and we're tasting whiskey. And he just says, "Hey, take the rest of this bottle home. It's yours." This was a secondary bottle for his. We didn't finish the entire bottle that night, but it was mostly gone. We had a few a few little sippy poos, not even drams, and he gave me this to take home as a gift. So thank you, Adam, for contributing to the podcast. And that was a good night. So let's get up. Oh, what else did I write here? Oh, I have the mash bill. I do. Let's read the mash bill. 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% barley. So this is going to have some spice to it. It's going to have some Spice Girl to it. I haven't had a bottle open on the podcast. Ooh. It was a deep one. A lot of air in this, so I don't know if that's going to affect the taste at all. But we're just going to pour that bad boy right in there. There it is. That's a lot of whiskey. It's way more than I thought. I'm getting turned tonight. Oh, a little bit fell out. yeah, that's what we're doing tonight, man. We're drinking this whiskey. That's a bottle kill right there, folks. That's a bottle kill. Booker's Bourbon, Granny's Batch, killed. Keeping it like that. Pouring out for my homies. Like that. All right. Wow, that's a lot of barrel strength bourbon. Shit. What did I get myself into? Well, we might as well start the tasting here. So let's get right into it. In the snoot glass, I'm gonna have to get. Oh, it's very dark. A darker amber color. Can't. It's the one bad thing about the snoot glass that I love snoot. I talk about it every episode. They're my whiskey glass. The Who Gives a Dram whiskey glass. But I got to get the neat crystal glasses, which are beautiful glasses. I gotta get a pair, so we can analyze the color here on the podcast. We can't do that with these glasses, but I like these glasses too much. I refuse to drink whiskey out of anything else on the podcast, so we're gonna have to live with that for now. But I can tell in the glass that it's definitely dark, which makes sense, being barrel strength. It is a 6-year whiskey, 6 years, 4 months, and 21 days. So it's actually not that old of a whiskey, still barrel strength, but makes sense. I mean, barrel strength having a more distinct color does definitely make sense. Let's see what this bad boy smells like. Okay, yeah. I remember exactly the note. I was forgetting the note that Adam and I picked up on. Now I got it. Yep. This is a peanut bomb. That's exactly what it was. How did I not remember that? On the nose with this, now it's not too distinct. Like I said, I don't know if the excess air in the bottle for such a long time had anything to do with it. But I get a very strong baking, spice, and peanut nose to it. Very strong. Very peanut forward. A little bit of sweetness on there, but not much. Let me see. I don't even have the website pulled up. I am so unprepared today, you guys. But it's almost my bedtime, so there's an excuse. Booker's Bourbon. Let's go to the official site. Yes, I'm of age. Golly. People, you gotta respect the hell out of people who say golly and like aren't joking. You know? I don't know why I just said it, but I did. Let's see. How do I get to... I definitely should have had this ready. Granny. Yeah, I should have had this ready to come up. And I'm not editing it because I don't edit my podcast that much. Refuse to. Our bourbon. I just want to look at Booker's Granny's Batch. That's it. On the official Booker's website. Oh, there we go. Maybe that will help. There we are. 2020. Granny's Batch. Okay. Do they have tasting notes? Okay. I didn't see it. But I do see it's not like organized like most whiskey websites have it, but I see it. Yeah, the label inspirational. Might as well read that real quick. This batch is named after an important figure in my dad Booker No's life. His mom and my grandma Margaret Beam No. Oh, by the way, this is a Jim Beam product. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how the relation happens, but the No family and the Jim and the Beam family are related in some way. I don't want to read the rest of it. So, but just know that this is a Jim Beam. This is all a Jim Beam. Jim Beam is the umbrella, is the parent company per se. But like I said, if you're dedicating if I were to be a master distiller, a master Jedi, like I said on a previous episode, I would definitely be making a batch dedicated to Nana. Be called Nana's batch. But let's see. The nose here. I thoroughly enjoy the nose of Granny's batch with spice and hints of vanilla coming through. Okay, the next word is taste, so I'm not going to look at that. They don't say anything about peanuts, really. I guess I get a little bit of that, like, it's definitely spicy. Actually, now that I let it sit, it's actually kind of nice. It's much sweeter now that it's been in the glass for a little bit. Very nice. But it's still peanut forward. Now that I read vanilla, I get a little bit of vanilla. Still a bunch of baking spice forward, which is, that shouldn't be a surprise because the second dominant ingredient in this whiskey is rye. But it's definitely got that Jim Beam classic, like, nuttiness to it, which, I mean, listen, Jim Beam's Jim Beam. I love Jim Beam. I don't love Jim Beam. I don't hate it, though. So, let's get into a tasting. Let's taste this bad boy. Cheers. No idea what we're going to experience right now. Barrel strength bourbons are the best. Oh, that's hot. There's a lot of bourbon in here. Oh, God. It's already past my bedtime. Yeah. Oh, that's hot. That is hot as shit. Yeah. Very spicy. Peanuts. That's Peanuts. Peanuts. Not saying the other word. Yeah. Peanut forward. Wow. That's hot. And that's still staying back there, too. I can still feel it. Spicy peanut. This is a spicy peanut. This is like a spicy sweet peanut. That's what it is. Spicy sweet peanut. It's like this is the first thing that I think of, and this is what I'm told you're supposed to do when you're tasting whiskey. You're supposed to think of the first thing that comes to your mind. This is the first thing that comes to my mind. If you're going in to like a trail mix, and you pull out a bunch of peanuts, and then but those spicy jalapeno peanuts that are salted with jalapeno salt or whatever, but then also in the trail mix, like usual, there's like M&Ms. Or even peanut M&Ms maybe. And then you just take a handful of that and shove it all in your mouth. So it's mostly spicy, but you still got a few M&Ms in there. That's what this is. Weirdest relation of all time. Weirdest comparison, but that's what I get. Yeah, I gotta take another sip. There's a lot of whiskey in here, you guys. I wish this was see-through. There's a lot of whiskey in here. I'm nervous. Oh. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of spice. Still a little bit of that vanilla-y, like a vanilla extract, I guess, almost like a spicy vanilla. It's very spicy and peanutty, but I do get a little bit of that vanilla. I'm gonna say the dominant notes are spicy peanuts, a little bit of sweetness. I think I'm relating it more to vanilla than chocolate now, but definitely I'm getting like a baking spice, a spicy peanut with some type of candy sweetness at the end, maybe more towards vanilla. Let's see what they say. Last week I got it right. I had it on the nose. I don't know if you guys should remember that if you watched last week's episode. The taste fills your mouth with flavor and warmth that spreads across your palate. Yep. And it has a sweet, lingering finish. It doesn't say the actual... man. This is what you get, man. With the Who Gives a Dram podcast. I mean, honestly, who gives a dram? Who Gives a Dram that they don't have the actual tasting notes on here, because I'll just find them right now. But this is real as it gets. We're doing this live together. I don't. I mean, yeah, it's definitely has a lot of flavor and is warm. Let's look at, who we're gonna go to. We're going to our trusty friends here. Sorry if that was. Yep, we're going to BreakingBourbon.com, folks. I've been on Breaking Bourbon on this podcast a few times. I've given them a bunch of shit in the past, especially on my Colonel E.H. Taylor episode. But we're getting to it. Let's see what the palate says. Okay. It says, wow, is this a sweet tasting bourbon? Both literally and figuratively, for such a high proof, I was very surprised at how nice the mouthfeel was on this. It is a very nice mouthfeel, even though I hate the word mouthfeel. You get a quick upfront hint of the sugars from the wood, along with hints of vanilla and raisin. Okay, I got that. Right after that initial taste, my mouth was instantly warmed as I could feel the heat of the bourbon quickly encompassing every corner of my mouth. So much detail. This then morphed into the taste of aged wood and light leather. Not heavy leather, light leather. I'm surprised there's no peanuts in this. For those who are still listening at this point, because I'm already making a complete fool of myself. Do you guys not get peanuts from this? Because I do. I get a strong peanut bomb from this. I get that oak, I don't get a lot of oak. I get more spice, and I get that vanilla. Not a lot of oak on this. Take another sip just to make sure. Yeah. It's more, it's hot. It's more spicy peanut than oak, I think. However, this is not the worst Breaking Bourbon review. They kind of hit the nail on the head. I don't get a lot of that oak. Lots of flavor on the back end. This is just a great barrel proof bottle. The thing that turns me off is the price, as it always does. This is like an $80 bottle around me. Probably retails for $70 to $85, I'd guess. Especially with the uniqueness of the bourbon now, it's easy to market for a bit of an increase in price. I wouldn't be surprised if some places are charging $100 plus for this. We'll say it's in 85. We'll say it's in the 75 to 85 ballpark range when we rate this. Everybody knows that. Well, at least I've said it a few times on the podcast. I am a big high proof bourbon guy. I'm the type of guy that just likes to have one dram if I'm drinking casually, and why not go with a higher proof bourbon? It's gonna get the job done quicker. But I always enjoy there's just so much more flavor and uniqueness, and there's just a stronger palate and taste on a barrel proof bourbon that I always enjoy more. And I do enjoy this dram. It's not my favorite barrel proof bourbon. I'll give it. It's going to be tough to top Elijah Craig barrel proof, in my opinion, which we will review soon. And I do have a few other barrel proofs lined up in the near future. But this is actually the first one we've done on the podcast, and it's good, man. Would I pick this over Elijah Craig? Absolutely not. Would I pay $85 for this? This batch, probably not. I do thank Adam very much for allowing me to have this sip here. I'm going to rate this probably my personal preference, a 7.8. So that's the number that first came into my head. I just spit out the numbers that first come into my head. That's what I'm going to rate it, yeah. And most whiskeys are in like the high 7s, low 8s for me, unless it's like fantastic. So the 7.8 is like, if you can find this for like $70-$75, I'd probably buy it. I think it's a good staple, especially now because as the years go on, it's going to be harder and harder to get. I was happy to have this on my shelf. Now that it's not, I'm not totally sad. I am excited to finish the rest of this and hopefully not die. So that's going to be the review this week on Who Gives a Dram. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button if you're listening on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Buzzsprout, wherever you're listening. Just hit the subscribe button so my episodes always come right to your phone. You always get notified when my episodes come. Once a week, every Wednesday. Rate, review, like, comment, whatever you want to do. I love interacting with you guys. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Who Gives a Dram. And as always, Nick Bossy's going to play me out. Pretty New Diamond at Nick Bossy Music on Instagram. Yeah, guys, I got to go to bed. I'm way tired. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you.
Up in New England, that girl sure loved me. We got together and brought things to life. So I did buy her a pretty new diamond, and asked that sweet woman if she'd be my wife. The kind of feeling love songs are made of. With that sweet woman, spend the rest of my life. Before she came along, I was hurting, but at the end of my tunnel, I saw no light. Broke my heart and I can't keep going. Guess I'll just sit here and get drunk tonight. Vows they meant nothing and she ran to a stranger, and with Johnny Walker I'm passing my time. I asked the Lord, what should I do? But I'm too drunk to hear him tonight. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr.'s singing. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Gave me back that pretty new diamond and broke my heart a second time. But I got the last laugh when I pawned off her ring, 'cause I bought me a dime bag and a case of Coors Light. I asked the Lord, what should I do? But I'm too drunk to hear him tonight. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr.'s singing. I'm so lonesome I could cry. So sit with my bottle while Hank Sr.'s singing. I'm so lonesome I could